7 people don't have marketing titles. One's an economist, the other's an analytics, and the other's an engineer. So very different in how the makeup of the teams are to be able to be successful. I think that's an important thing to think about as you're building your marketing strategy. What talents are at the table that have that deep science and data understanding so that you can use that to your advantage to make the digital medium even more effective than anything else you do, and help make all those other things more effective because you actually have feedback. I would have never predicted in coming to Yahoo to be their CMO how much time I would spend with the scientists at Yahoo, with the data team, with our chief economist, because that's where you get so immersed in what the foundation of the data is all about, so you can think about the brand experience. Very different than the marketing skills that we thought about in the past. And across all these channels, and I'm going to talk about distribution in a minute, lots of challenges, lots of opportunities. But I think that one of the biggest challenges is actually not only external, but it's internal. It's internal, whether you're a small company or a big company, whether you're heading up marketing or whether you're somewhere in the group, whether you're working on digital or whether you're working on traditional. And the reason I say that is because we all know as marketers, we actually can't fulfill our brand promise. We can't alone. We can only fulfill our brand promise, which is about everything we do. Whether we're doing a promo, whether we're marketing a product, whether it's an experience, whether we're asking people to sign up on a fan page, whatever it is, we are trying to fulfill the brand promise. We need sales behind that. We need operations behind that. We need the product to actually do that, whatever that brand promise is. And so you need to coordinate actually the whole company. So we carry the title as a marketing person, but we have this cross-functional responsibility because the brand equals your business. It doesn't equal your advertisement. It doesn't equal your fan page. It doesn't equal the latest promo that you did. It equals your business. And adding all of those things up and making sure that all the other functions are all lined up to delivering against that promise is a really critical role of leading marketers today. So I've kind of thrown out lots of challenges, both externally and internally, and I want to simplify it, because simplifying it helps us remember. Helps me remember anyways. So I want to talk about 3 things. I want to talk about differentiation, distribution, and decision making. And those are the 3 things that I think if you carry with you and really focus on, you can be distinctive. The first one on differentiate. Every product, every service, every company I've ever worked for, every company you've ever worked for, there's always a choice. Even if you have huge market share, there's always a choice. The choice could be not to engage. So competition and how you're different from the competition matters a whole lot, both to appeal to the rational side and to also appeal to the emotional side. I have some favorite places I like to shop. Maybe some of you do too. And some of it is rational because of the products that they provide. And some of it's emotional where I just want to have that brand. And so differentiating on both levels is critically important. One of the best stories to tell about this, and I highly recommend reading Howard Schultz's book if you haven't, on the Starbucks revitalization. Because Starbucks was a fantastic brand, is a fantastic brand. But people wanted to go Starbucks. They didn't say, I want to go get a cup of coffee. They say, I want to go get a Starbucks. That's how different and special it is to consumers who love that brand. And somewhere along their path to greatness, they lost their way. They started taking shortcuts in the brand. Remember, I talked about marketing can't actually deliver against the promise. Starbucks could put out a lot of great marketing materials during that time. But the baristas were taking shortcuts. They were reheating milk. They weren't grinding the coffee as often. They were doing things that was against being the best brand that they could be. And over time, it added up. And what it added up to was consumers not saying anymore, I gotta go to a Starbucks, or at least not as many. And when Howard went back in to be CEO of Starbucks, he didn't go in and say, let's get this place operationalized. He went in and said, how do we make this brand great again? And what do we need to do? And his book is so inspirational about thinking about not just your product, but everything about what you offer to be differentiated and can't be compared to the next because you make it so different. One of the things that has been happening in retail is this discussion around digital and traditional merging together in really what we call experiential marketing, because you can actually experience it on site. It's a combination of a physical and a virtual experience. One of the retailers, Adidas, I'm going to give you another example of what I think is great differentiation, has recently put in a whole new experience for their retail wall. Usually you walk into an Adidas, you get to take a look at what sneakers or athletic shoes they have to offer, you touch them, you feel them, you turn it on the bottom to see what the price is, and you put it back on the shelf. They've created this entire digital wall with their products that you can still touch and feel through this interactive experience that gives you more information than you had if you had the real sneaker in your hand. It tells you about the design. It gives you graphics about how the shoe is made inside. Gives you color options by just a click of a finger. What a great example of merging the digital and the physical worlds to create a whole new experience for consumers to attach to their brand. Differentiate is the first thing, I think, in a superior product and a superior brand. And I'll just take the opportunity to tell you about how we think about this at Yahoo too. We're not a product that you touch, like an Adidas shoe or a Starbucks cup of coffee, but we're a product that you experience. So how do we differentiate in our fragmented world of the internet how Yahoo is the digital premier media company? And I'll show you a video.
There is a theory about home pages. They should get you where you want to go. You don't stop or linger. You come to this place so you can leave. Well, at Yahoo, we've got a different idea. Your homepage isn't blank. It doesn't hustle you out the door. It's a place that gets to know you, a place that finds things for you, a place you want to stay. It's search, news, and sports. It's your Facebook feeds and your Twitter account. It's the gossip and pretend you don't love to read, your video IM, your email, your financial news, and all the web pages you love to visit. It's everything you're into, all in one place, all within easy reach. It's your world, your way.